Hey, this is Louis D. Fresh bringing it to you on a Saturday afternoon. I hope you're doing well. Today's little YouTube video on the YouTube channel, on the fish portion of your YouTube channel, was actually inspired by, again, the school counselor supervisors. I sent the other one about the turtles to them. I'm not going to send this one, but it is dedicated to them because the one of the ladies was doing a little pond, sort of an outdoor pond, and she was showing it off, which was great, fantastic. And I noticed there were no plants in it. I don't know what the coverage of plants were around the pond or any of that, but I kind of suggested to the young lady that maybe she should add some plants. So that's kind of what inspired this video. In the video, as you can see by the thumbnail and by my preview or a teaser yesterday, was should you live aquarium plants, yes or no? The answer is no. You don't need live aquarium plants. You don't. You really don't. But should you have them? Yes. So that's the real answer. Do you need them? Absolutely no. Should you have them? Absolutely yes. No, because it's not a necessity. God knows I had fish for many years back home in New York because they didn't have the technology that they have now. In terms of the LED lighting, because I would have live plants and they would die off. I would have just regular fluorescent bulbs, and that just didn't work. Now you need LED lighting, and now they do have LED lighting, the white and the blue lights. If you look back on my archives, you will notice that I spoke about that in my office fish. Unfortunately, I showed you that office fish. Mr. Fish did die, but Mr. Fish 2, Big Red, which I'll eventually talk about or show you. He's home right now because some electricity issues at the office, and I think I'm keeping here for the summer, so I'll show him off. But that's the difference, and so that's why I'm saying now it's a lot easier to have natural plants. And so the reason you should have natural plants is because the fish and the plants, they work together in nature. And I think that's going to be my next video. Hopefully I remember, is to take a little walk. Hold on. To take a little walk on this lake. I haven't spoken about my learning tool in quite some time, the lake. I'm probably going to go from here and walk that way. So I want to show you again why Mother Nature puts in plants. You don't need it, but it definitely helps. And there you see the world famous collie grazing on grass, because that's how she rolls. All right. So why do you not need plants? Because some people just don't like it. People just don't want to deal with, the leaves falling off. They want to deal with a leaf litter. I get it. Some people prefer really bright colors like an orange, a yellow, a blue, a purple, and the artificial plants do that. So I totally understand. In that case, I would highly suggest that you do have a, what do you call that? You have an air pump, because, need some oxygen. However, why should you have live plants, natural plants? Because they work together, the fish and the plants. The plants will take care of not all of it, but some of the poop from the fish, and what do? They use that poop as fertilizer, and indeed the plants do provide shelter. They provide sometimes food, sometimes something to nibble on, and they also take care of some of that algae that kind of grows. So there's just a whole combination of reasons why. I'm going to show you all. I haven't spoken about a couple of these fish tanks. I'm not going to talk about the fish. I'm just going to briefly show you the plants. Not going to talk about what they are. We do those on a plant species. I know we've talked way back when hornwort and anacris on plant species Sunday, but someday I have to get back to all that. I mean, there's always so much to talk about. There are always things that come about. So let me just show you why I think you should have plants, especially, and the whole point was outdoors. If you're going to have outdoor anything, you really should have, I think almost say need live plants, because it really will, it will help. It will really help. As I'm walking over here, I turned off all the filters, so you get a better view of the plants. Sometimes it gets a little with the currents and the bubbles. So hold on. This is number one. This is at least killifish tank, which I haven't spoken about, which we're not going to talk about today. I turned off the sponge filter, but I do have like a little plant here sticking out, sort of hanging out here. I also have some Java fern. I'm not going to try not to talk too much about the specifics. A lot of floating plants. You see here the Elodia, the Anacris, and it really provides some shelter. They are small. They're really small fish. So it really provides a lot of shelter, and it gives them it makes them feel more in a natural home. And so that's why I do have a lot of natural plants here, and it definitely takes care of the algae. You see, there's very minimal algae, very minimal, and that's because of all the plants. This is another new. I haven't spoken about this tank yet. This is number one. Number two, I have not spoken about this one or this one, but I'm not talking about it today either. These are some peat puffers and some catfish. It's kind of funny, but these are aggressive fish, but they're scared out of their mind all the time, so they're always hiding out. So I tried different plants. I tried bushy plants, big plants, and they would hide too much, and I would never see them. This seemed to work well. These that's why I turned this off so you can see it a little bit better. This is hornwort. A hornwort is kind of here. You see, there's a catfish kind of jumping out there. You'll notice I have some driftwood here so they can hide out. Another driftwood with some plants on it. And that's a little I forget what it's called now. Java moss with a plant. That's I think one of these Java ferns, and it really helps them, make them feel at home. Gives them places to hide out, and like I said, I turned off the filter purposely so you can see the plants a little bit better, and you see the little puffers. But we'll talk about these puffers some other day. I wanted to show you the reasoning why I think it's important for you to have plants. If you go up here, you'll notice here again my turtles. This again was dedicated to my counseling supervisors. You'll notice that this does not have plants. This is number 3, and this is the point. If you choose, and if you're gonna have an outdoor pond and you don't want anything, and in this case, I can't have any plants. They're gonna maul them. It'll last like an hour, 2 hours. They're gonna destroy them. You get a filter. Hold on, let me stand up. Let me move. They have a filter here that has right over here. Right there is a UV sterilizer bulb. Again, UV sterilizer bulb. This is the canister filter, which I need to talk about. That actually takes out the algae from the water. You'll see that there is some algae on the glass, but not on the water. So if you choose not to have if you choose not to have natural plants, and it's outdoors, again for my outdoor pond lady, I would definitely get a filter that has a UV sterilizer. Then you have here, which we're not going to talk about today. I just turned it off so you can see it better. Is my filter. I only have Anacris. I do have, you can tell that they really got used to the extra oxygen. I do have my rice fish in here. I decided to stay with one kind, and that's the daisy blue rice fish. And it is hot. It's hot out here, so that's why they're kind of like, what happened to my oxygen? But you can tell the Anacris really gives them shelter, kind of makes them feel at home. They don't jump out. They are notorious jumpers. So these plants really do help them feel that they are at home. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Over here, I haven't spoken about this guy. This is my outdoor beta. He might be in there somewhere. He's in there. I think I see him right there. There he is. I have a little filter, and this is only one piece of Anacris. It's getting quite big, but again, it makes him feel at home. You can see he feels very much at home. There he is. So that's number 5. All of these have natural plants. Number 6. Over here I have, again, the Anacris. I have here some, which I can't think of the name right now. I can't think of it. But I know it grows up and out, and then I know that it's not there yet, but it's getting there. I have here some jungle val. See my jungle val. Like I said, I turned off everything so you get a better view of the plants. You get a better view. Much, and you have some Anacris again. Much better view of the plants. Again, makes everybody feel at home. You'll notice that my algae is you see a little bit of algae, a little bit, but it definitely controls the algae. And I mean, you see that they're a little anxious right now because of the camera. But you could tell that because of the plants, they'll try to hide out, and that it gives them a lot of comfort. So that's another reason to have these natural plants. Next one over here, you see here again more rice fishes. Unusual one here. I have two that are not daisy rice fish, but everything else is daisy blue rice fish. Again, the Anacris makes it feel at home. They feel very comfortable, very, very safe, and that's why they don't jump out. They feel very comfortable, so that's why for that. And here we have again, which I did recently, my Black Molly tank. Yeah, I was just counting. Give a quick count. I don't count them very often. They're all there. You see there the anacris and the hornwort. Again, as I mentioned before, not a sexy tank, but it really does work. I think you get a better even view now because I turned off the filter. You see, there you go, nice little view, and again, makes them feel safe. Keeps out the algae. You see, the algae is real minimum. Like I told you, the sun is really belts down here in the summertime, and there's minimal algae. So that is the number one reason to have plants, besides the fact that making them feel comfortable and they work together. It definitely keeps down your algae. I had to blow this one up some because I'm sitting a little bit further away from it. This is a new tank also. This was a 10-gallon tank. I changed it to a 20 high because of the space. I originally have a ton of plants in here. As you can see my leg. Let me get my leg out of here. I have a ton of plants in here because initially I had this as a bluefin killifish tank, but the water was entirely too warm. Nobody's fault. Mother Nature has it really warm this time of year. So I had a lot of plants because I did the research. There was a lot of plants that are needed for a bluefin killifish, and it just didn't work out. So I decided to stay with common or feeder or whatever you want to call them, guppies, and they are kicking butt. I've had this tank probably definitely less than a month, and it is really thriving. You can see there's also some driftwood with some anubias that hopefully will latch on there. Right there is some driftwood with anubias latched on, and I get a couple more pieces of anubias. They're going to be right there in the middle, right here. They're in the mail, and you could also get live plants in the mail. So I should be putting those in the next couple of days, hopefully by Tuesday. So, as I said, I was sitting down because I wanted you to see it a little bit better. That's all I got. I don't want to go. I try to really keep these down because I know, people have things to do, and I'm very grateful that people watch these in the first place. So, to my counseling supervisor people, yes, have an outdoor pond. Yes, enjoy it. Yes, you do not need what do you call that? You don't need natural plants. You don't. Use the UV sterilizer. You want to get the bright colored artificial plants, knock yourself out. But I would think that a more natural look for both the fish, for the environment itself, for the ecosystem, is definitely have some natural plants, and you'll see your fish and your plants thrive. So the answer is yes and no, and you make it a great day.